With the recent update to Warhammer 2 that came alongside the Silence and the Fury, every modder and his dog, or cat, will have been updating their mods on the workshop. Having several mods published myself, I have also been busy updating my catalogue. I decided though to take the opportunity to make some additions or changes to some of my mods. The Blessings of the Old Ones, which provides upgrades to lizardmen units using a modified version of the greenskin scrap mechanic, has been updated to include upgrades for the units added by the DLC. You can now upgrade your chameleon stalkers, feral troglodytes, and coatls using this system. In addition, the upgrades for the chameleon skink units have been changed from a melee focus to more ranged options to fit in better with their theme. The Blessings of the Old Ones will soon receive 2 submods to allow upgrades of units added by Obsidian's Lustria Rises mod, and to allow upgrades to units added by my own Medallion of Chaqua mod. Keep an eye out for these in the coming days. Speaking of the Medallion of Chaqua, that has also been modified. It now includes an upgrade path based on the new legendary Lord Oxyotl. This path allows for the improvement of chameleon skinks, chameleon stalkers, feral troglodytes, and coatls. Moving on from the lizardmen, we come to the Skaven. My clan Pestilence mod, the Plagues of the Liber Bubonicus, has also had some changes. Firstly, Lord Skrulk has 3 new plagues, which can be unlocked from his skill tree. These plagues can then be assigned to plague catapult units in Skrulk's army, in much the same fashion that Oxyotl can assign his poisons to his ranged units. There is the Pox of Choking Bile, which causes additional damage over time. The Pox of Rancid Rust causes armor sundering to the enemy units affected, and the Pox of Creeping Terrors reduces the enemy unit's morale. In addition to the plagues for Lord Skrulk, he and all plague priests now gain bonuses from Plague Laboratory. As you upgrade the different units using your warpstone gas and food, the bar that fills at the bottom of the screen will show what upgrades have been applied to Lord Skrulk and the plague priests. The final addition to the Plagues of the Liber Bubonicus mod are the Plague Deacons unit. These are similar to Plague Monks, but come with a shield for additional defense. The last mod that has received changes is the Hammer of Grungni. With the addition of Thoric Ironbrow as the FLC Lord, I have added some unique bonuses for him in the Runewood Forge. He and all his Rune Lords and Runesmith heroes now gain a ward save of 10% and have reduced upkeep cost of 10% for each active Runewood. In addition, Thoric's runesmithing abilities allow for his runewoods to last 15 turns instead of the standard 10. My remaining mods, such as the Chieftain of the Deep Warrens, the Armory of Torgrovan, and the submods for the Hammer of Grungni, have not seen any changes, just updates on the workshop to bring them in line with the latest release. Please note that none of my SFO submods have yet been updated. With these changes out of the way, my focus will once again return to my efforts to create a crusade mechanic for the Bretonnians. The creation of the UI elements is mostly done, and I have moved on to the scripting. No idea on a time frame at this point, I'm afraid, but hopefully I can make some real progress in the coming month. Now, as some of you may recall, I asked for names for the different banners that could be claimed from different races as a reward for a successful crusade. I have gone through the list of suggestions and thought I'd share those that are the current frontrunners. So here are the top 2 for each race from those that were suggested. For the Dark Elves we have the Standard of the Bloodied Ravens, suggested by Hammond, and the Banderole of Cain's Lament, suggested by Cody Bonds. For the Dwarves we have the Banner of Valea's Tears, which I placed in myself, and the Banner of Lost Hulds, again by Hammond. For the Empire we see the Higher Standard of Man, suggested by Daniel Howard, and the Banner of Sigmar's Shame, another one suggested by Cody Bonds. Next are the Greenskins, a race that received the most suggestions. The top two provided are by the same person, Sam Cadwallader, who suggested Gork's grizzled gesture and Mork's mangled mockery. The High Elves currently have the raised banner of the Azurian court, suggested by Daniel Howard, and the ensign of Ulthuan's demise, again suggested by Cody Bonds. For Kislev we see the bloody bearskin banner, suggested by Ty Taylor, and the winged banner, suggested by Hammond. For the Lizardmen, there is the Standard of the True Sun, suggested by Ott, and the Palanquin of Primordial Primitives, suggested by Sam Cadwallader. For Norska we have the Banner of the Northman's Demise, suggested by Lewis Horseman, and the Eagle of the Frozen North, suggested by Cody Bonds. The Skaven banners include the Glory of Kavzar's Standard by Ott, and the Banner of Rat's Ruin by Lewis Horseman. I only received 2 suggestions for the Southern Realms, and those are the Bowed Spear Standard by Ty Taylor and the Eagle Banner by Hammond. The Tomb Kings see Cetra's Standard of Shattered Souls by Plump Plum and the Pharaoh's Broken Crest by Cody Bonds. For the Vampire Coast we have the Trident Banner of Manan by Hammond and the Jack of the Drowned, suggested by Cody Bonds. For the Vampire Counts, there is the Shroud of the Damned, again suggested by Cody Bonds, and the Banner of the Midnight Sun, suggested by Hammond. Finally, there are the Wood Elves, who have the Burnt Brush Standard, suggested by Ty Taylor, and the Streamer of Athel Loren's Ashes, once more suggested by Cody Bonds. So there we have the current frontrunners. If you have any suggestions, then please leave them in the comments, and I will include the best ones, alongside this current list, in a series of polls to choose the final banner names for each race. This video was brought to you with the aid of my patrons. Thanks to Hot Apple Pie, Alexander, and Solarith Magnetar. I'm Grey Tiger. Thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.